All right, thanks, guys. Welcome to the show, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. The Royals take on the Blue Jays. That's going to be a 1:07 Eastern first pitch this afternoon in Toronto. The Blue Jays, believe it or not, are the $1.35 favorite. Totals at 10.5. Now, we did see a 10-cent move toward Toronto, so it looks like the bettors are favoring Toronto unless it's one of those false line moves. We also had movement upward on the total as well. So once again, the Blue Jays open $1.25 up to -135. Total open 10 up to 10.5. 55% of the consensus is leaning toward Toronto. 61% shaded toward the over. Right now, Kansas City is plus 125 on the money line. Toronto plus $1.40 on the run line. We have Clayton Richard for Toronto, Glenn Sparkman for the Royals. Clayton Richard for the Blue Jays comes into this game with an 0-4 record. He also has a 6.89 ERA and a 1.69 WHIP. Toronto is winning just 28% of their games when Richard makes the start. They're also just 368 taking on teams under 460. So when I refer to that stat there, both of those figures are win percentages. So once again, Toronto just 368 taking on teams under 460. A couple more things about Toronto. They're second to last in hits on average per game, and they also are dead last in walks allowed on average per game as well. Now, total-wise, Toronto's 5-2 to the under when Richard makes the start. They're also 14-10 to the under at home when the line was 9 or higher. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Royals are 25-18 to the under away from home. They're also 18-9 to the under on the road when the line was 9 or higher. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this matchup here. Give me the Kansas City Royals plus 1.5 and the under 10.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Monday's Major League Baseball action. Now, normally I'd be pretty depressed that it's Monday, but we have a holiday weekend coming up, so pretty good week, nice short week. I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to go ahead and knock out some projects at work today and just kind of get ahead of schedule and just enjoy our extended weekend. I'm also going to take a swig of this very delicious Café Bustelo. Café Bustelo. Very good in the morning there out of my Cinco Vegas mug. Cinco Vegas, very good premium handmade cigar. But anyway, got to remind you guys to check me out on my website. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. We do daily plays on that site. Now, we've been very good in several different categories, although yesterday we shit the bed with an 0-for-3 performance. Not very good. Don't normally like to see on that stuff. We're going to go ahead and move on and do some better picks today and try to get some winners out there for you. But anyway, patreon.com/BrockPage. You're still going to be very surprised as to how well we're doing in our underdog tier. That's the $4.99 per month tier. Dog of the day. We are absolutely killing it right now, catching plus money. We have a very healthy winning record, and we're up a bunch of units right now. So check me out, patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and move into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. Let's take one more swig of the Bustelon. All right, good slurp. Next matchup, Cubs, Pirates, 7:05 Pittsburgh. The Cubs are minus $1.10, totals 9.5. We did see a 10-cent fade of the Cubbies on the money line. We also saw movement downward on the total as well. Chicago open $1.20, down to -110. Total open 10, even, down to 9.5. 59% of the consensus is leaning toward Chicago. 62% shaded toward the over. Right now, Pittsburgh is plus $1 on the money line. Chicago plus 150 on the run line. We have Adbert Alzadeh for Chicago. Trevor Williams for Pittsburgh. Williams comes into this game with a 2-2 record and a 4.25 ERA. Meanwhile, Alzadeh on the other side, he's coming into this matchup with a 2.08 ERA in 8 2/3 innings pitched. He also comes into this game with an 0.92 whip. Now, Chicago ranks third in walks at the plate on average per game. They're also sixth in runs allowed. The Cubbies are 22-10 at the current market price. They're also winning 66% of their games as the official Vegas favorite. And one more thing to add about the Cubbies, they're also winning 64% of their games as the official road favorite. Now, Pittsburgh on the other side, a little bit of a different story. Winners in just 9 out of 21 games as the official home underdog. They're also 27th in walks and 28th in walks allowed. Pittsburgh's covered just 13 out of 36 games at home. And of course, when I refer to covering or the spread or ATS, I'm referring to the run line. So Pittsburgh, very bad cashing those run line plays at home. Once again, they covered just 13 out of 36 run lines at home. They're also 27th in runs allowed at home as well. When it comes to the total, Pittsburgh, believe it or not, 25-11 to the over at PNC Park. They're also 13-3 to the over at home when the line was 9 or higher. Now the Cubbies on the other side, 24-15 to the over on the road, 6th in road scoring. Give me the Cubbies minus $1.10 and the over 9.5 in that matchup there. Next game, Brewers, Reds, and that's going to be a 7:10 Eastern first pitch at the Great American Small Park in Cincinnati. Bustelo. Milwaukee's minus 110, totals at 10. We did see a good old-fashioned flip of the lines in that matchup there. Milwaukee open plus 105, now minus 110. Total open 10.5, down to 10 flat. Milwaukee, well, they're catching 54% of the consensus action right now. Meanwhile, 62% is shaded toward the over. Right now, the Reds are minus 101 on the money line. We have Tyler Mahle for the Reds, Adrian Hauser for the Brewers. Hauser comes into this game with a 2.94 ERA for Milwaukee. Meanwhile, on the other side, Tyler Mahle, really the kind of the Achilles heel in this pretty strong starting rotation for the Reds. He comes into this game with a 2-8 record, a 4.35 ERA, and a 1.22 whip. Now, the Reds have won just 4 out of 15 games where Mahle threw out the first pitch. They also won just 3 out of 9 head-to-head matchups with the Brewers this year. A couple more things to add about Cincinnati. They've won just 10 out of 27 ball games, taking on teams between 460 and 540. They're winning just 39% of their games at the current market price, 40% of their games as the official Vegas underdog. They've dropped 5 out of their last 7 ball games. They rank 23rd in scoring, 26th in hits, and they are 5 games under 500 right now. Now, the Brewers on the other side, winners in 3 out of their last 4. They're also 5-3 in their last 8. They rank 4th in offensive walks, and they're also 7th in striking batters out. The Brewers are 6 games over 500 overall for the year, and to be exact, they are 45-39 overall for the season. They're also winning 64% of their games as the official favorite. And when it comes to the total, Milwaukee's 5-0 to the under in their last 5, 69% to the under on the road when the line was 9 or higher. Meanwhile, the Reds, listen up here, they are 12-3 to the under when Tyler Mahle makes the start. They're also 24-10 to the under when the line was 9 or higher. Give me the Brewers minus 110 and the under 10 runs in that game. Next matchup, Orioles, Tampa Bay. 7:10 Eastern first pitch in Tampa Bay. No line currently posted for this game. We just had Tom Eshelman named as Baltimore's starter. Baltimore's probable. They were TBA here for the longest time, but Tom Eshelman early this morning looks like he's going to be the probable on the bump. We also have Ryan Stanek for the Rays. Now, Ryan Stanek, limited action this year, just 45 2/3 innings pitched, but he comes into this game with a 2.76 ERA and a 1.14 whip. He's also got 50 strikeouts in those 45 2/3 innings. Like I said, on the other side, Baltimore has Tom Eshelman projected as their starter. This is his first start of the season. Baltimore, horrible team, not very good. Tampa Bay on the other side, well, they're 12 games over 500 right now, 48 and 36 overall, winners in 3 out of their last 4, and they're also 4 and 2 in their last 6 at home. Now, Tampa Bay ranks first in runs allowed in Major League Baseball on average per game. They're also second in hits allowed on average per game as well. They also rank 5th in striking batters out. Now, Baltimore is dead last in runs allowed, 29th in striking batters out. They are officially 35 games under 500. That's 24 and 59 overall for the year, and they've won just 13 out of 41 games when traveling. So with all that said and done, we currently have no line for this game. I know Tampa Bay will be the favorite. Give me Tampa Bay -1.5, getting the job done for some run line cash.